Here you go.
That one was sharp. Cool.
Right.
Welcome to for 50 cents. I'm
Hi.
Grace.
I'm Leo.
This is our podcast. The title comes from the phrase, what's your 2 cents on that? Or penny for your thoughts?
Yeah.
But we're doing Fine Arts 450, which is the honours course for the Fine Arts degree at ILM School of Fine Arts at Canterbury University in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Yeah.
And
Fourth year?
4th year.
450.
450. So we're more expensive. Our thoughts. We're paying good money for these thoughts. So
There you go.
they're more valuable than just 2 cents. They're worth $4.50.
Yeah, you literally need to pay $4.50 to pay our job though.
Yeah. So then we are in the storage room in the graphic design and photography and film block of
Yeah.
the Fine Arts School.
But it's not much film stuff in here, right?
It depends on what kind of film they're doing, because there's you can see reels of film.
Oh,
up there.
yeah.
So behind the camera is a couple of shelving units, or floor-to-ceiling shelving units full of film for both photos and video, and things for developing film and paper and print ink and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's also a massive pile of computer screens.
Yeah. No one knows where they come from. This been there for ages and no one have anyone to touch them.
I know all this stuff moved last year because it used to be 2 shelving units along here and then on the side. So those computers weren't there last year. I know I spent a lot of time in this room looking for paper I could steal.
Yeah.
Because they used to also have the student access paper, which is now out there, and in the 3rd year room.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be in here as well.
Because
I am a broke student, so if I didn't have to pay for paper.
Oh yeah. I just walk in and take any paper I can take. What?
You got to be careful though, because there's paper in here you're not meant to take, and realistically you're not meant to take any of the paper in here now at all. The paper you can use is out there. The stuff in here you're meant to pay for.
Or I don't know that if some people is not broke or they have mark price tag on it, I'm not gonna take it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. If it's not open or it has a price tag, don't touch it.
Yeah. But it's wonderful room. It's a room I spend very less time in here. Because most time in here just try to find the paper or get the stuff and they'll go away. And then it's one of the most corner space in our student area.
Yeah, it's definitely quite out of the way. It's locked over the weekends as well.
At the night.
No.
Not
Every night. From Friday evening onwards, it's typically locked.
Yeah.
But even then, depending on with this equipment in here now.
Yeah,
not
that's
so
probably
much.
the reason.
So we've got a vinyl cutter. So we have 2 vinyl cutters, I think, because I think there's a new one. So there's a new one out there, and then this is the older one. There's the sorter. So that's page orderer. We've got a guillotine. We've got a glue binder, the paper jogger, and a big industrial stapler for bookbinding.
Which one you like the most?
I really love the sound the paper jogger makes, but I use the glue binder as well. But you kind of want a paper jog if you're going to glue bind, so they're I feel like they work together.
Set together, yeah. But I like the jogger most.
Yeah.
The sound is so good.
So
it's just
you should go on.
Right.
Go on.
There we go. The magic sound.
It's so loud. I forgot how loud it was.
Well, it's and also bring you some kind of shade and also air out.
It definitely sounds better when it's got paper in it, I feel. That sounds okay, but it sounds better with paper in it.
Yeah, you hear a lot of people just snore each other and the winds comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clothes washing machine. In some way,
I feel like I couldn't even begin to describe what it sounds like. It sounds like machinery.
Washing machine.
A grinder almost.
Yeah, fusing together.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of people have very quiet washing machine in the house. My house was really not quiet.
Is it not? Oh.
I live in a small house. It's wooden house, typically in New Zealand, and it's only one battery inside.
Oh.
So like, and the washing machine is not well isolated, and the floor of the shower is like a little bit wobbly. So when the washing machine is shaking, a stronger shaking than an earthquake.
Oh no! I definitely know what you mean though. My parents,
Yeah.
you can hear the washing machine through the whole house when it's going.
And I have like after shower they have like washing machine, and another wall of the shower.
Yeah.
It's like a small plastic straw. I put all the vintage glass inside. So when the washing machine is on, the glass will it's like make whole noise. It's like wonderful and annoying at the same time.
Oh, that's glorious and terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, vintage stuff and no expensive fancy vintage. I just get it from OP shop. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I feel like we should also point out that we have a lovely view out the window today onto Arts Road. Dude on the bike fully just made eye contact with me because I went like.
Yeah, and also like it's really interesting space because every time when we have like important class, have conversation, lawnman will show up.
It's because the lawn mowing's on a weekly cycle and it happens to fall on the same day that we have our class. So it's a Friday morning, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if we recording another podcast tomorrow morning, we can show you that.
I don't have enough brain energy to do more than one of these a week. No.
Right. No. Yeah. And also, like this room, we printing out a lot of like local art book, poetry, and
yeah.
You often have seen in like the Island Press in like New Zealand art book market.
Yeah. So this room would be counted as a part of the Island Press because like these, especially this kit on this side, so the glue binder and the paper jogger and the staple binder, they all will get used for Island Press publications if needed.
Yeah, quite often.
We also have like behind us, we have a couple of bits of artwork. I have no idea who's done them. There's no labeling on them or anything.
I saw the artwork in somewhere in the school art gallery, and one of them probably just like manufactured stuff.
Entirely possible. And then that computer controls the vinyl.
Yeah, it's like
we get a lovely Windows Mac screensaver in the background of the shot.
It's like feel like early 20 years ago.
I gotta not look at it because I will 100% zone out and be super distracted.
Yeah, in any way, this room is just like one the small magic house, like people's your grandparents' garage, and you can find so much stuff inside.
That's so true. Yes, 100%.
Right.
Also, like the shelving unit makes me want to climb it and sit up the top and just be a gremlin, but I feel like Aiden would kill me.
I'm pretty sure those are not really well sealed on the wall. But anyway,
if I die, I die.
Yeah, wow.
It's fine.
Thanks for ACC.
Hey! I was trying to reach something off the shelf and I slipped.
It's totally accident.
Oh no. I hope I don't fall.
Right.
Yeah, anyway, so
this is episode 2.
2.
The first time we reached this number.
Technically it's
the official number 2.
It's the first episode where we're assuming nothing stops working and it works well the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's the 4th episode we've recorded.
Yeah. But that will be the episode 2, you'll see.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about any idea and any feeling about the episode 1?
Luke thinks I should interview people on here.
I don't mind interview people. Like, especially we got our own recording machine now, so it will be easier. Like, I don't mind to do like short interview, like 10 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue is that like I agree with you. I don't think it should be the whole episode because that's not really what we set this up to do initially.
Yeah.
Like, or if we interview people, it is the whole episode. But the interviews I need to do for my course.
Yeah. Like I listen to some podcasts, it will be like this. They will interview someone and then cut that person's interview for a few chapters. And then in each of interview, they will recording their own ideas, own talk about between the interview. So together will be like 30 minutes nice talk. So I've seen that would be good one stuff.
I don't know that I just know that I think I do like what he is thinking about, but I think he just likes podcasts a lot.
Yeah, I like too.
I don't.
Like I think I don't mind doing some interview. Like I would say like in my imagination of interview like episode would be like this. I go out in the cafe. I just use the pen to like interview someone like 10 minutes or like 12, 13, 15 minutes, and that's it. And then I'll cut them out, and then I will recording some nice like high quality audio in mix with it, so I can interview people in anywhere.
See, when I go like, we should interview Luke on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I expect it to be this format with him sitting down with us and we ask him questions and get feedback and have a conversation with him for the whole hour, and that's all we do in the podcast.
I don't mind that.
You don't mind that?
Yeah,
because that's the kind of thing when we've talked about interviewing people like our classmates and like other lecturers and stuff, that's the way I would have expected us to do it.
Yeah.
But the interviews I want to do for my body of work, which is what Luke reckons I should do on the podcast, which I'm like, no, it doesn't fit with how we're doing the podcast, is not that. It's more like what you were talking about of like going out and interviewing someone in a cafe.
I think you can do both.
Maybe. I don't know. I've got my first interview with one of my friends tomorrow. But I don't know if I want to. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
I think the main thing is just recording something first, and then we can figure it out. Yeah. And like one thing is like, especially with people like not so connected with art school and fine art here, like build own environment is more comfortable and not like sit down. Yeah, it's more comfortable for them.
Yeah. I think something that could be quite interesting is, because we talked about setting up an actual proper like YouTube channel for these videos, which I do still want to do, and I might do tomorrow morning actually. Just thinking when I'm going to have time to sit down and do it properly. And I wonder if whether we have like the main ones, which is like R for 50 cents, and then we have like
50 cents.
50 cents, which is like me talking to someone else, or
nice to add up,
or like a cup of coffee or something like that. Yeah. Whereas like my ones, which are littler and less.
Oh, no, like for 50 cents salt and free salt.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That'd be amusing. But like, I don't know. It could be interesting because I think some of the people I want to interview, I'm going to have to interview via email, and then exploring how I translate that into a video format as well could be interesting.
We can ask like, just let Apple to talk about it.
I don't know.
Artificial noise.
Yeah, I can't. I know you're like, I don't mind it in the way that you've been using it. I find it really fascinating. But like just having AI, have you seen the Reddit YouTube videos where they're just reading through a like, am I an asshole post? And it's an AI voice, and it's so janky, and it just, I mean, it is something I could explore because I'm looking at online conventions and like it would fit with that, but also it's a bit cringe.
I feel like one thing is like annoying me in those things is like information like flow is really jammed, not only by the voice, it's usually about a lot of problems built on, like something is like they completed always like copy one information like 10 times, and then the one reason they're doing this, they don't notice that because they never read it about them by themselves. So like I would say like if you have a short one like 1 minute or 1.5 minutes stuff in there and well thought would be like feel way better in some way.
Okay, yeah. I'll
in another way, we can just ask someone to record it.
This is also true. Yeah. It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to moving on to this stage of my project because I'm definitely ready to move on. So I'm going to spend the rest of the next couple of weeks before our big presentations wrapping up my last project. I think I'm going to ditch part of what I've been doing. I'll see if I'll either finish it or I won't. And then we'll go from there. What about you? Where are you up to with your project at the moment? How's it going?
So for now it's like I built a big panel. I'm going to build a big panel of the printing, like around 0.5 meter times 3 meters long.
Oh, how are you getting paper that long?
Oh, it's a big format printer.
Oh,
and
are you just going to use but that doesn't print double-sided.
Yeah, but I can print double-sided if I set it. So it's actually quite funny. Like I can change my little bit try to mind how I work with it, like about the machine, the tool. From one way, it's like I just know how cheap they are. So that means I probably can just waste a lot of things on it. So like because before this today, I was like very careful. I don't want to like big like 3 meters long print out like just for text wrong.
Yeah.
Like but now I do not like the print 3 meter long black and white. It's only going to cost me like around $5.
He's a bit more than that. I'm pretty sure it's going to cost you nearly $10, but
like,
that's still not much.
The cheapest paper.
Yeah, the inkjet Pro Bond is $250 per meter.
And the black and white one.
And black and white, yeah.
Yeah. So quite cheap actually, So so I think I can have more text wrong. So I'm probably going to do one text because, and also it doesn't do two double side, right? You need like manually turn the paper upside down and put it back in, or be big mess. But I figure a way, like. That means like in this way, you each page, each side will be little shift. That means you can't do something precisely in both sides paper. Not like the one I did before. It's like in front and back have both essay, and both essays talk about same things. Sometimes they will like synchronize one word in both sides. In this way, I go back in the early of this year's work, like I did post like it's kind of experimental of the how people reading, and then I built a super link in 3 different essays stored, and then I'm going to bring those links and the core or like those marks line in the back side of the paper of the panels I will did. So it will be like one side is like essay, but it's clean. It's super readable. And another side is all the links, all the like little pointers, lines. And then you have multiple choice read it. You can read just the paper. Or if you turn on the lights in the back, you can see through those lines. And then it's not only like no contents in the back, it's also have some pointers or some like short words. You can also read just backside by itself. So like adapting.
Was it one of the fourth years from last year explored like annotating text and annotated text? Do you remember the big posters? They were out in the foyer by the bathrooms. Yeah.
So one thing is like they're still not that readable. Especially if you link out like text, especially English text, like horizontally. It's not readable because I found out like a few years ago the English people read essay not by the single word, but by the like whole shape and the whole stuff in there.
Yeah, pattern recognition.
Yeah. So this way, I will put all the English text in horizontally. So that way, if you flip it, you're not actually flip it.
Yes, you will.
It's like for now, like if you write Apple in here, so bottom side is left. And top side is right side. So like you are more comfortably to read English text like from upside down now. Like because it's so often shown up.
I feel like I'd have to see you show me what you mean, because if you take the letter and you flip it around, it's gonna be a different shape.
No, actually, for now it's like if you put all text, bottom is left, up is right. If you flip it, bottom is right, up is left. So you just read from another side. Like,
but the letter shapes will flip. They will
left to right.
They will be mirrored. They won't be readable.
It will be mirrored, but in traditionally the horizontal one. Like letter L. If you flip it, the L will be from the left to right. You just can't recognize what that is.
Okay,
But if you put like
as long as you don't mind that it's way less readable, near on impossible for most people. Then that's fine. It won't be the same.
I know like every letters will be huge in there. It's like probably like around 68 points or 100 points even. So like every word like contents will be only have 4 or 5 words. So like immigration, bird, or something like back to human, something like that. So it will be less concern here.
Okay, that's fair. But it'll become almost a shape at that point, and you should be able to recognize the shape. Mirrored, Okay, fascinating.
So like, I still doing the sound room stuff. I'm probably going to book in tomorrow. And I can't remember what room we was mentioning in the class.
The hut.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were needing to talk to, because we're not even sure if the hut is actually bookable, but the casting room is going to be booked, and so is IR2. So if you can't get those spaces, you're going to have to just like take over the projector room at the other end that we were in last time we filmed.
Yeah, probably. Like issue is like if I'm going to take projector room, I can just do it actually smaller size. So it'll be quicker. Yeah, so basically in this week I'm going to have 2 things done. So it's quite production week. Exciting.
That's exciting, yeah. So, you're doing a production week. I'm prepping for my presentation week.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting ready for the semester break and everything.
Yeah.
I guess the next question is hot lunch leftovers. What time are we at? Ooh, the screen is turned off. Oh, it's still recording. Okay, yeah. Hot lunch leftovers.
Right, big event.
Big event. So lovely Mr. Lee Richardson.
Yeah.
Yep. Lee Richardson is he's a great guy. He's really cool. He taught us first semester, second year.
Yeah.
He took us through the grid project and the cubes and
those horrible cutting stuff.
I liked the line project.
I like the final
like the
product
grid one so much.
But yeah, I like the final products result. I'm so suffering. Like feel boring and studyless in the 2 weeks or 3 weeks just keeping doing the simple stuff there.
Yeah, I didn't like the process of the line. I liked the physical making of the lines one. I didn't like making it and then being told it was bad. I understood and I kind of got it, but like I just
I feel like in some way it's like university formats to limit that. I feel like that is quite like a studio work. Just imagine you put that was 4 weeks, right?
Yeah, I think we did it for basically an entire term. So
yeah,
we did other things as well.
To 2 weeks. So we basically have two days studying every week. So if you turn that to 3 days, like then just 2 hours, shorter time, and every day in the middle you do the work, and the next day you can directly get feedback.
Yeah, we were meant to be doing it every day,
but we don't get feedback.
And we weren't getting feedback every day as well. Yeah.
So like human things, if you don't get feedback, you just give up.
No, I liked the making. I didn't like the actual project, I guess, now that I think about it.
So I think a little bit maybe tend to how they do it. I feel it's I quite like it if every 2 days I will get the feedback. Like one day today I make it, tomorrow I got feedback, and a little bit small reading like that. It'll be easy work. Because won't be feel I don't get it. I feel I'm so mature from these steps. I want to move on, but I don't get any information till next week.
Yeah, I think they just had us making, which is what you're meant to do with that project, but it hurt my brain. Anyway, off topic, we were talking about Lee. How he's a great guy. We weren't talking about how we really dislike what we were taught while he was teaching us. We would have been taught it whether he was teaching us or not. Because if he wasn't doing it, Aaron would be doing it. Yeah,
this is a university process. It's nothing to relate to himself.
It's nothing to do with Lee as a person. It's just if you know, the grid project and the lines project and stuff, or the strips project, I think it's called. I can't remember. They're pretty common projects, not just at this school, but in graphic design teaching. So it originates from. I think it was a Bauhaus project.
Wow, not surprised.
Yeah. Anyway, I could be wrong on that. It's been a few years since I've tried to think about it. Most of the time you try to forget about it. But Lee is great. And so he taught us while Aaron was on sabbatical in second year. And then he's been around just kind of, he hangs out. He does some teaching in the product design school on behalf of the graphic design department.
Yeah.
And he's really lovely.
And also he teaching some about some design, not in art school.
In the product design school.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And also the most important things he bring to our university, hot lunch.
Hot lunch.
I feel that is the most important part.
I feel like saying he brought it to the university is inaccurate. So
Yeah.
Lee studied at Ilam Sofa a long time ago. Or not a long time
Not a
ago.
long time ago.
Like within the last 20 years.
I think last 10 years.
I don't it would be around 2010 to 2015. No later than that. I'm pretty sure it was before that because he and Ellis, I'm pretty sure, were in the same, like pretty close to when they studied together. I don't think they were in the same year level, but they were like pretty close class years.
Right.
Yeah. So like mid to late early 2000 type thing. So sometime in the noughties, early 2010s.
Yeah, because like one time I go to like art talks to him with him, like he said, "Oh, it feels like classroom because most of the people in here, I have class with them."
I wonder whether it says in here when he studied.
Right.
Just to jump ahead a little bit, let me see if I can find any information on it.
Now we are researching a book. It's called Hot Lunch Leftover. It's a bright yellow book, and it's
not bright yellow. It's like a lemon yellow.
Oh.
It's a lemon yellow.
Obviously, lemon is quite bright.
Lemon yellow's, I don't know. It's like it's a soft lemon yellow, but it is a very yellow book. I'll give you that.
And also, the format is like a little bit wider than A4 and shorter than A4, but its size is probably about around that. It's a nice book. Use a multi-kind paper to print it and bind it very soft and shortly. And it's a book that's pretty thick. It's around almost 280 page, and is around 2 centimeters thick. The book is printed
it's more than 2 centimeters thick. That is more than an inch. That's more than an inch.
Sorry, I grew up in Europe. I don't know what's called inch.
Inch is like 3, like 2 and a bit to 3. That's
right.
There's no ruler in here either, so I can't. But it's a chunky book. It's hefty. He big boy.
So like tasty. It's big. The chunkiness is bigger than the $2 coin or €2 coin. So that gives you rough ideas.
Lee's name is like Lee was a massive part of this, but he's also like there's nothing in here about him that I can see.
Like it's a corporate project in some way, but it feels like Lee is the one to talk to us face to face in the most of the time.
Yeah, all of the other names involved with making this I don't recognize.
Yeah. And it's also an art project be sponsored by Creative New Zealand. I wish they can sponsor me one day.
Yeah, we can but hope.
Yeah, and this book is recording about a series of the projects they did early.
My understanding is that it's like every single show that was shown in the artist-run exhibition space, which was titled Hot Lunch, is talked about in here.
Yeah. It is, and also like how they find the space and how they kind of build up community in here. It's like one of the best things in my 3 years. And now, so now it's like a memory book.
I didn't go.
Yeah, like not much of my classmates do that. Yeah,
my first couple of years of uni, because I'm not local. I mean, you're not either, but you are also older than me. I'm not local, and so it was a massive shift for me moving down here. And and also we moved down. We started 2020, so I moved down and then immediately got locked in a hall for 7 weeks. In my room, I went a little bit nuts. And so for me, my mental health was not great. So I couldn't actually handle, as an introvert, I couldn't handle the socialness of like launches and things. And I just didn't really spend much time in the city centre for the first 2 years. Because Hot Lunch wasn't on a bus line as far as I know. And so I couldn't get there easily, or like I had to walk around. If it was where I think it was in like a dodgy corner of the CBD. And I was like, I don't want to go there.
Oh, it's not dodgy corner. Like they have a cheap bar and one really nice like buyer's shop for the cool European clothes. Hot Lunch there, which is gold. And the one thing about Hot Lunch in that time is like it's most part of university for me. Like I've been a little bit in university in Europe, and it's very connected, and very people grew up, and it's solid because Europe city is smaller than New Zealand city size and more density. So like you walk on the street, you often find your classmate there.
Yeah.
So hot lunch is like that space for me. So it's quite important, and we got a book. So and that is our study project because we are graphic designer. So what's most iconic graphic design do? Design book.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just very cool. Like, I personally love, so I'm looking at ephemera and stuff. So I love what Lee has paired with it.
Yeah.
And so we've got this really lovely, very classic lunch bag, which, or not lunch bag, book bag. So this is a Warwick book bag that has been screen printed on the hot lunch leftovers cover and some like gritty texture, which I really love. And so this kind of bag for a Kiwi is what you got given books in at primary school to take home and read as homework. And like you would put your like notebooks in it, and you'd get given library books, and you'd put them in your book bag, and you'd take them home, and you would read them, and you would learn to read from reading them. So like a lot of people at the show were like, "Oh my goodness, I love it! It's so nostalgic." And I'm like, I was homeschooled. I never did this, but it's cute.
Me too. I never did this, but not homeschool, but not studying in New Zealand.
Yeah, just not studying in New Zealand. But I really like it as an object. I think it's really cool. But also there's stickers. Did you get the stickers?
Yeah, I got stickers.
Hell yeah, look at them. I've already put one on my laptop.
Right.
So there's also a blue squiggle. So there's like some ones that are on clear backgrounds and then some on silver backgrounds. I like shiny metallic silver. And I put the clear blue squiggle on top of some artwork on the back of my thing. I just really love it.
I have just hard time to put on anything because I want to keep them together. So if I want to put it on my computer, I'm probably going to buy another pack.
Honestly, I'd love another pack, but yeah. And also, I got a poster. Yeah. I was like, oh, you want a poster? I'm like, hell yeah. Look at this. I love these because it's the book inside a microwave.
Yeah.
So the poster is the book Hot Lunch Leftovers inside a dirty, grimy microwave. And it's also a double-sided poster, so it's got both sides of the book. And you can see like there's grime from the microwave on the edge of the book. So like it's genuinely been put in the microwave, which is just the best thing ever. I really love it.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, there's a dead cockroach in the corner of the mic.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly the reason I don't want to use microwave.
That's so cool.
Wow. And
I love this so much.
Yeah, and about the book itself, it's like it actually reflects a lot of the
There's also a KFC bag in here, but that's completely unrelated to hot lunch. We snuck out of the launch to go get food that didn't cost like a lot of money.
Yeah, we're just hungry and
broke students. I'm so sorry, Lee.
Yeah, and like a lot of books like quite fitting what's the reality of the New Zealand printing stuff like today. Lee's personally said like he need to go to Hong Kong not only about the price itself, also about the printing stuff is become so manufactured and you can't get much of print in like print paper stock in New Zealand. So like the Hong Kong is quite the center choice. It's just like in early time in 18th centuries about some small town in Europe become the printing center of the whole Europe because they got the stock sold out, they got enough person, and then printing book is so important and so expensive stuff.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I just totally build up from the printing books. And then also about orange color. Amsterdam is also like one of the printing center in the Europe, and then Hong Kong probably will be the Asian Pacific one. Yeah. And also this book is going to be launched in Melbourne.
Yeah, the
Art Books.
The Melbourne Art Book Fair.
Yeah.
It's a different poster. Do you want to go steal it?
We don't need to go steal it.
I want to go steal it. It's a cool I haven't had a proper look at it yet. I want to know if it's double-sided.
Right.
There we go.
Right.
I need to look at my hands when I do that. I can't. Yeah, so this one's got pigeons on the front of it, and it's all like, it's got like bread seeds and stuff. I really like that. I wonder who took that photo.
We probably can ask they
probably
print out the special one for us.
Surely.
Yeah, won't be too hard.
Hot Lunch Leftovers launch event. Saturday, May 20th, 6 to 7 p.m. Hope Street, Narram, Hope Street Radio, Melbourne Art Book Fair.
Yep.
Stuck on my book. Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to quickly put this back. But it's fascinating. It's
Just put on the wall first, and then we bring them back.
Pardon?
Just put on the wall first, and we'll bring it back.
Put it back later?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, man. Okay. You've convinced me.
So, do you want to talk about a little bit about how you feel about the book?
About the book?
Yeah.
I kind of love it. I also probably couldn't afford it, but I bought it anyway. Realistically, she probably shouldn't have bought it. I'm very broke. But part of me wanted to get it because, like, it's a bit of a status thing.
Yeah.
Like, I own the book that Lee made. Did I go to any of the shows that it's talking about in it? No. Did I want to? A couple of them. I was sad I missed Aiko's one because he was first year with us.
Yeah.
And he was doing a show with Lee.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? But it says in here that I didn't realize he wasn't still studying here. Like, I just thought he'd gone into sculpture. Apparently he's up at Elam in Auckland.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I heard that.
Yeah, I didn't know that, which is fascinating. But also I wanted to get it because someone I did who was working at the place I was interning over summer, she's in it. So, who's it? She's Gab.
Right. Should I forget?
Yeah, Gab's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like Claudia and is it someone else? Oh, Claudia and Harriet, were they both in 4th year last year in design? Yeah. Yes, I quite like it. It's very pretty. It's very yellow. It's like a nice size.
Yeah, it's like very typical like coffee table book.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good coffee table book. Wait, I just really love how it looks as well. It's just gorgeous, and there's like special paper pages that are like lined, like see-through. And it's just a really beautiful book, like as an object. Yeah.
For one way, like it's a memorable because I met quite a bit of the university stuff. I joined a lot because free drinks and community there. And the second thing is like I just loved on-time book. It make me feel like settled in some space. If you like, it's like very easy furniture. You can move around, but it's still very heavily in the room.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and also like I don't really read much about books, like paper books. I read a lot. Majorly, I read about the ebook. So, but it's really nice things to show you what you are or like what you be present there. Like I remember being in someone's house and seeing them the interesting book collection they got, and then they never read about it, and make me angry about it.
See, owning books and like buying books and reading books are two different hobbies.
Yeah.
So like I buy books I'm interested in, but I won't always read them. I own a lot of books I never read. Would I read them? Yes. But I just own them because they look nice or I'm interested, but I never have time to read.
Yep.
Yeah. So would you turning up to my flat and seeing my books on my bookshelf and then finding out that I'd read less than half of them make you angry?
I'll give you a little bit like background.
Yeah.
Like the things I was talking with one of my friends in the restaurant talking about rice. It's basically sugar. And he said, I have no idea about that. And then when I go to his house, it's like he have like the only book he have is cooking books. And the first cooking book is called Low Cap's Life. And then I said, that probably will have that information. And then I turn on that book, the first page is say, rice is sugar.
Oh, yeah. I mean, cookbooks, though, do you ever really deeply read a cookbook? You just open it for the recipe you want, right? I never read any of the context.
I don't really buy cookbooks unless it's made from some restaurant I really like. Like one of the cookbooks I like only have two or three. One of the cookbook I own is the Depot from Auckland. So it's basically I went to Auckland quite often, like every 2 months, and every time being there, I will go to that restaurant have a dinner. It's really nice, and some of the recipe inside is really good, and I find out that book and I just buy them, and I can exactly cook in the same recipes as the deposit I can eat.
That's cool. That's fair.
And also,
do you have an Alison Holst cookbook? Do you have a Kiwi cookbook yet?
No, I think deposit is the Kiwi cookbook.
Oh, I mean that's fair. But like the classic Kiwi cookbooks are like Alison Holst and Edmonds. Like those are the two like peak Kiwi classic cooking.
Yeah, I'm not really intense of the Kiwi cooking.
You're not. That's fair. That's fair.
Like I live with someone studying French cooking American, and even just like I have very picky European Mediterranean food taste style, and even here I'm still eating just like Italians. So
yeah,
but the things like those books is quite important as our identification, and also like a settle point of the life point. It's kind of like a memorial block. So like those block you're putting the old castle stuff, like you just put on your name on it, or like have a painting, say what things happened. And somewhere like we can't afford that way, but a book is quite nice to like equalize like that things.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that like imagery of like the memorial block of like this brick is important for this reason, and it's remembering this, and having the book tying to memory in that way. Yeah.
So from that point, like, have you recently bought any book? Is not about this kind type, like just like novel.
I buy secondhand books quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I went to one of the Rotary Club book fairs a few weeks back with a friend. I actually have one of the books that I got from that on my desk because it needs mending, but I haven't quite worked out how to fix it yet because it's actually pretty busted, and it's just a book about penguins. Because I have a friend who really likes penguins, and so I'm gonna give it to him. But I did buy novels at that as well. I bought a couple that I read as a kid that I really wanted to own. So they're like, I know they're good, so I wanted them. And then I think I did buy one or two. I bought one called The Lumieres, I think, and I've heard the story and it's not great, but I really loved the cover art, and so I bought it. Yeah.
I recently bought two secondhand books. One of them is like 1916 in Europe in Vienna, so it's like quite special and interesting time for me. And it's really nice book and cheap and really nice printing and good preserving. Another book is called Farewell Britannia. So it's a novel. I didn't read it. I just like the name about it.
That's fair.
It's like interesting to say farewell to Britannia, and the book itself is talk about the when Roman Empire leave Britain, and then whole family can't go away from Britain to Rome, just follow the Rome steps in the same time.
Fascinating.
So book like quite like fitting the time, and I'm quite difficult to reading like heavily English text on the paper, so it's probably not going to read this on the physical font. I'm probably going to read it in e-font, but it's just like you're buying some records, but you just listen to the platform version of it.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, and the reason I got this book, one of the reasons is Lee specifically tell me there will be a photo about me inside.
Wait, is there a photo of you in it?
Yeah.
Wait, where?
Well,
have we found it? Have you found it?
Yeah, I find it. Like Lee tried to find it. When he making book, he said, "Oh, there will be a photo about you inside. You must buy it." I said, "Oh yeah, sure." And he can't find it. But I find it, and then I remember what that page about. It's like in the middle of our event, the councilman show up, tell us we can't drink on the street.
Oh,
that is so right on the position. I will say is let me find it.
Gentle.
It's quite early front. Well, I can't find now.
Oh,
there will be a photo though.
Are you in that one?
Oh no, almost there. It's around this page.
Sorry, we're completely distracted now.
Here you go.
Oh, there you are!
So can you read about that?
To remind, so just had a council guy who administers liquor licensing, etc., come through to remind us of the liquor ban and that you have to lease pathways from the council if you want to put seats out front. He also warned us that overflow onto the footpath is a health and safety issue and referenced the gig that we hosted as a no-go. So essentially it was a warning, which means we are likely to get monitored from here on out.
Yeah, so like they got free drinks, open bar. So that is one of the most attractive student things.
Erin Berry.
Yeah.
She was one of the reasons I picked graphic design, because she came through and was like, oh yeah, they get us to get a whole bunch of images together and make a massive poster about things we're interested in. And then we never did it. We never did. It was something they did in like second or third year and we never did it. And I was so mad. I really wanted to do it. It looked like such a cool project. And yeah, I don't think I recognize anyone else. But
yeah, like it's the central of the social class.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh no, that's Louise Palmer, the sculpture lecturer in there.
Yeah, and that is the photography professor.
No, it's not.
Isn't it? It is.
No, that she was a fourth year design student.
Oh, yeah.
Third or fourth year design student. Yeah,
Right.
when we were in first year.
Right. So, that probably all the book episode we going to get today. So, there you go.
There you go. Sorry, I'm very distracted now. I haven't actually had a proper look through the book yet. That's Aiden.
Yeah.
That's Aiden. That's Bad Evil.
Well, see you next time.
I'm very distracted. I don't want to look at the book.